Welcome to the fourth Troops of UNSC TROOPcast, your source for the latest clan, Halo news, and other information. We are glad to have you on board. Thanks for listening, and we welcome you back today as we do every other time. I am UNSC Trekman, leader, co-founder of the Troops of UNSC. Joining me today will be Major General UNSC Sicsyde, Lieutenant UNSC Tango, Lieutenant UNSC Knightfall, and also joining us today is our special guest for this TROOPcast, Lance Corporal UNSC Grim.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us today, Grim. Glad to have you. And I'm going to let you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, since everybody else knows the rest of us.
I'm Risk Takers Division, now Lance Corporal. I'm a competitive player, joining the cast tonight for a special speaking on our coming live for December 1st. Excited to be here and for all the news and intel to be feeding you hungry listeners tonight, and hope you all have some comments to leave us after a little shindig here. This is awesome, and that is all.
All right, glad to have you on board.
Awesome.
I just want to do a quick statement here. You've been with the clan for how long now? Probably about a month and a half, just about.
Yeah, I've been here since October.
Okay, yeah, well, that's been almost 3 months. Damn. Okay. All right. Well, we're glad to have you on board. As soon as we put this TROOPcast up there and we started taking people's names down, he jumped on the list. Like, I want in. And I'm like, crap, because we'd already had 4 people ahead of him. But thankfully, one of them kind of bowed out, so we had slot in this one. So here we go. I want to make a quick announcement and say thanks to all of those of you who have joined us very recently. We have crested at 86 members as of yesterday for the Troops of UNSC. This is the biggest the clan has been since Halo 2. So without everybody joining, without everybody participating in all the activity that we've had on the boards and on the site and everywhere, we wouldn't have gotten hardly anywhere. So thanks for being a part. All that wonderful noise you all just heard that I'm not going to cut out of this TROOPcast is Halo sounds from both my cell phone and my computer. So, because everybody likes to PM me while we're doing this TROOPcast for some obnoxious reason, when they could just be quiet and wait till we're done.
I was so excited I couldn't contain myself. No, I just got my my specialization codes from Microsoft for Halo 4.
Awesome.
Ooh.
And since you are UNSC Sicsyde, UNSCS, and they're going alphabetically, from what I understand, those who are in the list should be receiving all of theirs very soon if they have not gotten it already. So I guess that's our little first piece of news. Anybody who has not received their specialization codes, who have played the game the first 2 weeks, you will be receiving your codes either tonight or tomorrow morning. So check your email that is tied with your Xbox Live account.
I actually got mine yesterday. It tied to my second, for some odd reason, my second account. What it's going to say, guys, is Xbox Live, here's your gift from Xbox Live. It's going to have a awesome picture of Halo 4 with Master Chief on there, saying thanks for being an Xbox Live member. You've earned a free gift. Just the following instructions below for you to download it immediately.
Oh, so that's what that email was I got. Okay.
Yeah,
See, I got that while I was at work, and I didn't even check it.
It was saying that specialization priority alpha or something.
Okay.
Yeah, just to give you guys a heads up. You know,
there's some news for everybody. There's some good news for everybody.
I had a big letdown tonight. I was checking Hotmail and had a one unread message pop up finally, and I was like, "Oh, is that it? Is that it?" But it wasn't. Instead, it was some stupid advertisement for that other game.
The Forbidden Mention. No, that game's not Forbidden Mention. The Forbidden Mention is the other one that you broke your mic over. Anyway, yes, for those of you who want to know what that was about, stay tuned to next week's TROOPcast bloopers. You'll have all that information there. All right, I guess I wanted to make a quick shout out to UNSC Prod and Killer 101 Rules for all their hard work on the new website, the new logo.
Definitely.
All the awesome stuff they've been doing for us. I mean, Prod has gone above and beyond the Call of Duty ultimately with the way that he has completely redesigned the website. Just so much better than it ever has been, and I want to give a great shout out and thanks to them for both of their hard work and the new logo and all the signatures that Killer's been creating. And I've actually got Killer working on some new specialty things that he's got going on, and Prod is working on a real nice little fancy script that will probably be enacted the next couple of weeks for the site. So again, the site will be changing, but it's going to be looking even more sexy than it already is. Quick birthday shout out, Tango. I'm going to let you do the birthdays this time because I usually do them, but I'm going to shove that over to you. So have fun with the birthday announcements.
Well, how am I supposed to have fun with birthday announcements? Don't I just like read off names and? All right, can someone else do this? I'm
Alright,
incapable.
Wretched Worm, happy birthday on Wednesday, December 5th, 2012. Slick Trigger, Sunday, the 9th of December, 2012. Fat Flying Turd, happy birthday, Saturday, 29th, December 2012. And special birthday shout out to Tango, Sunday, 30th, December 2012. A lot of birthdays in December.
Yeah, let's not forget MVP Killer 96, who has a birthday also on Sunday.
It's on the next
2012.
page.
So
Thank you
got all
for that.
those guys.
Holy crap!
Yeah, apparently Tango cannot talk.
Apparently, fuck.
And I'm dyslexic. What is your excuse?
I'm fucking stupid. Leave me alone.
I think you need to go back to school there, big guy.
All right.
This is the kind of fun that you would get inside of the clan. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you want to join us?
Exactly.
This is awesome.
Tear each other apart, but we're at the same time we're lifting each other up and having a lot of fun.
Don't you dare touch
I want
me.
to go on record. I'm not normally this freaking retarded.
So he says.
Hey.
So he's right. Anyway. Yes. Did you get the pun there, Sicsyde? Anyway.
Yes, I got it.
All right, I'm going to toss this around. We're going to each take a topic and then rotate around. So I'm going to give Grim, who's our special guest, I'm going to give him topic number 1, going live. What does that mean for us?
Fuck, you just gave me like the most generous. Oh, all right. Going live.
Okay.
All right. Well, going live means getting our name out there, getting stuff done, getting a huge community of people who love this game and love having friends who play this game, and just, I don't know.
You don't know.
Someone else take this topic. Let me get something a little easier.
I can handle this.
Well, let's just put this way. I'm just having you start the topic off.
Oh,
and then gonna pass it around to all of us.
Exactly. That's how it's done.
All right. Going live is just basically starting big things for us as a clan and a community, family, all that good stuff. Everything we've planned for and prepped for is now coming onto the website, getting put out there in the games. We're going to be playing a lot, planning a lot. I don't know.
All right, Knightfall. You're next. Going live. What does that mean?
Starting out, doing the business, entailing a lot of what we'll be touching on further in the TROOPcast, but making it official, basically. Going on full throttle, recruiting, starting scheduled competitive training matches, more recruiting, the skirmishes, recruiting. Forum posting, sharing ideas on the forums, possibly more machinima, possibly more recruiting, and more competitive training, and yeah.
Don't forget, more Forge.
Yes,
absolutely.
Forge. Great point. We need more forgers. I myself especially would love to see like some dedicated forgers that can make some training arenas for us, some small 4v4 symmetrical maps or whatever. We're kind of lacking that in Halo 4 at the moment. I don't mean that to moan or be negative about it, as it is a fixable issue, and 343 are probably going to acknowledge that eventually. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but there's an on-disk Forge map called Relay. It's a fantastic map. Why they have not put this into matchmaking yet, I don't know. But then again, I don't imagine them putting it on the disc if there was no intention to put it into matchmaking. So I would say for people to just look for that to pop up in matchmaking soon. Trademark.
They mentioned that maps that are forged by the community and some of the maps that were forged by 343 themselves, they're not going to be putting into matchmaking for competitive playing
for ranking up and all that stuff because they didn't want it to be a lot like Reach, where all the maps were just eventually runoffs of other maps. So they're trying to keep to their original DLC roots, where they're going to be coming out with maps and putting that into gameplay. But I imagine that there will be a playlist in the future that will include community-made maps. So, Forge is a big topic. Like, we have a Forge team being made or getting ready to be made. We just need more people for it, and I think it's important.
Absolutely. Okay, Tango, what does going live mean?
Hopefully I can speak this time.
Never.
Going live to me means that we start making a name for ourselves and we start being noticed amongst the Halo community and we start developing our own significant little unique community amongst ourselves and all this fun stuff. I personally am not a huge forger. I really appreciate everyone who does put in the effort and makes a good map. I can't seem to ever make anything worthwhile, but I try occasionally. Yeah, I'm really excited to get our competitive teams up and running and get into MLG and game battles as soon as possible. But that's really what it means to me.
All right. Sicsyde, you're last. Going live.
Oh, as usual. No, I'm just playing. No, going live. Technically, we already are live. This has been something that, Trek, you and I were talking about, 6-7 months ago?
Oh,
Did you ever think that we would have an army this big?
I had hoped, but I never actually thought that we would really get there. I have tried this time and time again, and it has failed time and time again.
Well, all I gotta say is that now the Halo clan that you've been wanting is now here. We have the people. We have the people who have the skill. We have over 80 plus members. And this is, directed towards anyone that is either thinking about joining our clan or just checking us out. Going live for us, it's not only just dominating, what we want to do in matchmaking, which we are going to. There's we'll have to see. No, I got enough faith in the rest of the clan that, Knightfall and Tango will be able to kick so much ass, they're going to leave tread marks. But, it's what it means for me, at least, is just to show off who we are, to also show the gaming community exactly what it means to have true honor, to be a true gamer, because that's been lacking in so many games and so many clans over the past few years, where it's gone downhill. And for what we represent, and for us to be able to show that off in front of the world, and it means a lot, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what happens, how everybody's going to be doing, and for the things to come. I'm looking forward to what 343 has to offer. I'm looking forward to any challenges that we are going to have as a clan. It's really hard to fully describe. It's within the same parameters of what Grim, Knightfall, and Tango were saying, but there's a lot more to it, where it just means that we're just going to show you that we may not be the very best, but we're going to give you one hell of a run for your money.
All right. I'm going to say one last thing on this topic. Going live is A, representing, B, being honorable, C, being integrity, showing our integrity on the battlefield, D, recruiting, and E, showing who we are, getting our name out there, being known, and getting into the top group of clans. One of the things that I set out to do for this clan is I didn't want to make us into a gaming community. I didn't want to include Call of Duty. I didn't want to include Battlefield. I didn't want to include Mass Effect. I didn't want to include all these other glorious, well-praised games out there, because the UNSC is Halo. It has been Halo since Halo 1. The UNSC is only known in the Halo universe. So why should we expand that, And so I had this conversation with a lot of the leadership a while back, and we even had a forum topic on it for a while, and the decision was made that, eventually we may wish to do that. But right now we're a clan. We stick to one game. We play one game. We focus on that game. And that right there is an example of what going live is all about. Focusing on Halo, showing that when we're playing together as a team, We're not in Battlefield. We're not in Call of Duty. We're not in Mass Effect. Where are we? Where will you find us as a team? You will find us in Halo 4. Okay, next topic, which would be CT schedules. Let's talk about CT for a second here. I'm going to dump this over to Knightfall here in a sec and Tango, but I'm going to go down a couple of acronyms for those of you who are listening and are like, CT, what the hell? CT, competitive training. Right now we have CAMS, CAMS, our casual division, Casual Assault Marines and Spartans. We have CT, competitive training, which is divided into half. There is Archangels and there is Risk Takers. The Archangels are the paratroopers, the Risk Takers are the Hell Jumpers. Basically, they will each individually have a separate focus, but they will be training very similarly. Their goal is to prepare those people who wish to become competitive, to go into game battles and MLG, to train them, prepare them, and get them ready to move into the CA division, or the competitive active division, also known as Onyx. That group will be our game battles and MLG teams. So, I'm going to hand this off to Archangel's leader, Knightfall. Tell us about your CT system, what you're going to be planning, what you're going to be doing, all of your information that you have for us as of right now. What are your plans for Archangels?
Hello, everyone. This is Lieutenant UNSC Knightfall, squad leader of Archangel CT. And looking at this from a day one onward perspective for competitive training, I want to start simple and go from there. Although I thought about, throwing the people in the frying pan, in a tough playlist, and then for one match only, then stop and be like, okay, reflect on it. But I might toss that out. Day one, starting with basics. Basics, I'm going to start with callouts. Callouts are very important to competitive play, just to have an advantage over the enemy as it is. And gradually teaching or training, hence competitive training, the squad, different scenarios for different playlists. Slayer versus CTF versus Oddball, different tactics for these playlists, different formations, different methods on how to go about things and stuff like that. And what I mean by teaching callouts, what does that mean? Well, okay, you take a game of Slayer, for instance. Sometimes what will happen is people will be spread out too far across the map, which is a bad situation. So a callout such as regroup will be given, and I will go over that before we go much further in the training or whatever, or do an inter-squad skirmish or whatever, that everyone understands all of that, then knows the regroup means, form the team up or whatever to get back together. The thing about Halo 4 that I've noticed in multiplayer that seems especially prevalent over previous Halos is it's sort of returning to its roots as a gun-on-gun type of game, but it's a lot faster paced now. Basically, any 2 versus 1 gunfight that you're on the receiving end of won't pan out well. So you never want that scenario. That's one example of what I would teach someone for a Slayer thing. But then you take a different playlist like Capture the Flag, the dynamics of it will be a little bit different. The formations you're running won't be exactly the same as Slayer, because in Slayer the objective is kills, but in Capture the Flag the objective is the flag. So KDs and stuff like that kind of don't matter as much in Capture the Flag or whatnot, because there's just a different focus, but this applies to the enemy team as well. So these are a couple examples that I'll be explaining. I know I kind of worded that kind of complicated, and I do intend on simplifying that for the squad though. And that's the purpose of these scheduled practices, as that is though. It gives us time, it gives them time to ask me questions. Well, what do you mean by this call out? What do you mean by this formation or formation breaking? And that gives me time to explain, good question, and I answer that question and what it means. Just, a lot of stuff like that. Over time, it will be a lot of information, but it's important. It's important for me to not spit it all out at them at once, like I sort of just did here as an example. But yeah, long and the short of it, the too long didn't read version, Slayer has one kind of, set like way to go about it versus CTF. It's a different game type. It's played a different way versus like Oddball played a different way versus King of the Hill. Could also be played a different way. And just teaching them, strategies for that. But another thing that I'm wanting to go over with them is, a certain skill set of tricks that might help them here and there. But again, kind of gradually ramp that up if they want to incorporate that or not. That's up to them. But I'm honestly looking forward to it. I enjoy teaching, and I'm very excited to get this going, and really looking forward to the squad's input as a whole to see, how they feel about things and to see, how they pick up on things and how they react in different situations.
All right, well, thanks for telling us all of that. Hey, Tango.
Yeah.
Tell us about risk takers. You're up.
Risk takers, well, I can only speak for the first week or so, because that's all I have planned out as so far, is for first few days, all I'm really going to be going over is general information, rules, basic strategies, different movements, all of the callouts, and which I do have to note, another big thank you to UNSC Prods. We do actually have callouts on the website now, under War Games Classroom tab. Thank you for that. I'm really going to be pushing for everyone in risk takers to be not memorizing that, but putting that to good use. I now have a scheduled time frame in which risk takers are going to be start practicing. Somewhat touching on what Knightfall was saying, what my plan for risk takers is primarily going to be is I'm going to be working on Slayer first, just to get basic skills down, basic movements down, putting your reticle on target, all that good stuff, and then we'll move into more advanced tactics with objective-based games. Yeah, that's all I can really say for now.
All right. Something else I wanted to do a quick touch on, and that is anybody who is not in either Archangels or risk takers, if you decide to go competitive, talk to your immediate CO, talk to UNSC Sicsyde here. They will get you placed in one of the two when there is an open slot. For those of you who are in Archangels and risk takers and you wish to advance, every 2 weeks we will be holding an exam. The top two recommended players, top 2 or 3 recommended players per squad, meaning the top 2 or 3 in Archangels and the top 2 or 3 in risk takers, will be given the opportunity to take an exam to see what they have learned, what they've assimilated, and if they pass that exam, they get to move forward into Onyx and begin their training for game battles. That will happen on the 15th. That first exam will take place on December 15th. If people are not ready by the 15th, then we will give them 1 more week and then apply the exam. But again, it will be a maximum of 6 people from CT advancing to CA every 2 weeks approximately. So that is the plan of how to get into Onyx to become part of an active game battles unit. You have to go through Archangels or risk takers to get there. And they have to approve and go, hey, this guy's ready. Because at some point, we're going to get people, and this is to all of you recruits out there who are listening to this, who are looking at it going, I want to be a part of this clan, but I want to go competitive. I don't really care how good you are. If you come into the clan, I will not put you into Onyx, even if your KD spread is 3.0. I really don't care. Because, exactly, you have to prove yourself. You have to prove you're worth the clan's time. You have to prove that you are worth being a part of us. You have to prove your worth here. And that doesn't mean that we don't trust you right off the bat, but that means, instead of a tryout system like 90% of the other clans do where you have to beat the leader or some other stupid crap like that, we have this system. You get shoved into cams first. You get to know some people in cams, you get to know some of the leadership, then you go, hey, I want to go competitive. Then you get put into either Archangels or risk takers. At that point, you train until they say, hey, this guy's ready. And then you get the option to go to Onyx. You pass the test, you go to Onyx. That's how it's going. That is the progression system for our competitive. A lot of people are going to have issues with that. A lot of people are going to be like, you know what? I just want to go competitive, and if I can't do that right off the bat with you guys, then I'm going to go somewhere else. If that's going to be your attitude, we don't need you. Not trying to be mean, but this is not just about playing in game battles. This clan is not just about, we're going to play in game battles. That's all we're focused on. No. It's about teamwork. It's about friendship. It's about fellowship. It's about brotherhood. And it's about family. That's what we're all about. Going competitive is just something we want to do. That's not something that is everybody's goal. Shoot, we have of the 86 people we have in the clan, I'm guaranteeing you about 40 of them are going to stay in cams because they just like playing the game.
And we offer a really good community that
you will always find at least 2 or 3 people online playing Halo 4 24 hours a day just about. Yep. I mean,
pretty much.
We got a lot of people that enjoy playing Halo 4. And if any of you guys, I'm going to just toss this up there. If any of you guys have watched our intro recruitment video, which just went up yesterday, and I want to do a quick shout out to everybody who participated in that. Thank you for all your help, because that took 2 days to assemble. It took 2 days and about 4 hours worth of video to assemble a 7.5 minute video. How amazingly retarded is that?
No, that sounds about right, actually.
We had some awesome montage footage that we didn't even get in there yet.
Oh, I know, and believe me, I've got a hold of that. All those files are still on my Xbox, and they're still on my computer, so
Keep your eyes open, listeners, for that video.
Well, it's actually kind of funny because I'm going to say this about that video. I watched it at least 3 times last night on YouTube. I got to say, guys, this is one of the videos that really makes you want to play Halo. And, literally, I had to go to bed, but I'm looking at my controller just going, oh, God. Damn you, guys, making that video. That kind of thing, and that's, this kind of stuff I didn't think that we were even going to do before. I didn't think we were going to go to all these lengths that we were able to. I didn't think we would have the capability to go those lengths. I mean, it's just a little bit kind of crazy on how it's been going the past 6 months. It's been quite a ride, and it's just the start.
Isn't it amazing, though? I think it's amazing. It's going really well.
All I gotta say is, just from a gamer's perspective, just from playing a guy who plays almost everything, I gotta say, though, this community has grown so much in such a small amount of time, and we're not just recruiting just anyone.
We're picking and choosing who gets to come on board. I mean, I've actually personally had to deny at least 8 applications.
And it's like, it's really hard to tell people, and they immediately just they come up right up to me, and I've had this happen a lot. Or they're like, oh, well, I want to go competitive. It's like, well, I understand you want to go competitive. I get it. But we're going to have to put you in cams first. Well, why? I want to go competitive. It's like, because you don't know any of us. We can't just throw you into competitive games. Just going up to Tango, like, oh, yeah, here's a brand new recruit. Throw it to him. Here you go. He has no idea who he is. It's kind of funny.
It would seriously be like the military, just taking people and putting them into a combat situation without going through basic training.
Yep. It's like sending a banker.
Sure, that would be, putting a banker in the front line of a battlefield, putting an assault rifle in his hand and saying, here, go kill the enemy. It's not going to do anybody any good. There's not going to be any teamwork. There's not going to be any strategy. They're going to be looking around going, what the hell is going on? I don't know where I'm at. And that's what we want to eliminate.
Well, and that's what it's like with just matchmaking by yourself sometimes. It's just exactly. I felt like a banker, not knowing what I'm doing, getting killed left and right. I became a bullet sponge.
And that's exactly why I put that in our promotional video. Thank you, Sicsyde, for talking about that earlier on. I wanted to put that in our introduction video because you know what? I was looking on Halo Waypoint forums, and there's so many people out there going, you know what? I'm so tired of playing alone. Will someone play with me? And I'm sitting here going, wow, these people are literally begging on Waypoint forums for people to pick them up and play with them when they're in matchmaking every night. And they haven't received a single friend request from average everyday Halo players. Not a single friend request, not a single party invite, not any of this kind of stuff. Because if they would have, they wouldn't be on Halo Waypoint forums asking someone play with me.
Oh, this is
And
what it brings.
these are adult people. These are people of the ages of anywhere between 18 to 30.
You know, and
even,
it's funny.
There's even a 32-year-old or a 48-year-old actually on Xbox on Halo Waypoint forum saying, I'm tired of playing alone. So I sent him a message. That's what we're here about. We don't like to play alone. It's not any fun.
That's why I put that on. Well, that's why I put that on the forum. Was I read through a lot of them.
Exactly.
And I didn't want to go to them directly. I wanted them to come to us because, I completely understand that. I'm tired of playing the game. I've told Trek this. When I didn't play Reach until Trek got on, just because I hated just going by myself. I wanted somebody that I knew, somebody that can either help me get better, or someone that I just work really well with. And that's, and then once we started playing
you get better, that's funny.
You have, unbelievably, though. You've actually helped. And, and one thing that I do want to throw into the TROOPcast, kind of like what we did last time, we were throwing in tips and hints for anybody that was playing the game on Legendary solo. And, that's one thing I wanted to add in here and just help everybody else out. It's like, but back to recruiting, though, it's just like what I was saying before. It was just like, it's the gaming community. A lot of times people are just downright rude with people. And most of these clients that I've read the recruitment statements, I've read what they put down on there. It wasn't very well worded. It was actually pretty rude, pretty straightforward. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to represent that kind of thing. I'm not going to come up to someone and be like, well, your KD has to be this. You have to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this.
Yeah, there's no point in doing that.
Playing with.
Well, and our rules are simple. And this is just like one comment that I read on our recruitment form. One guy, even joking around, I didn't find it even the least bit funny, that this guy was saying that changing your armor color, and no teabagging, that's a little too much to ask for. How is that too much to ask for? How do you like it when somebody actually does that to you? Yes, it's just pushing a button, but it's offensive. And that's the kind of person that doesn't provide the kind of friendly, competitive nature that this game provides. And that's what we provide. We provide friendly competition. And hell, guys, I'm not the worst player in the clan, but I'm sure as hell not even close to being the best. Let's just say I came close to getting my assistant to master within the first week of the game. And that was just playing with the clan. I couldn't get a kill to save my life. And it wasn't that they were kill stealing or anything. It's just I was pretty much the bullet sponge finding where they're at, and they just kill them. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a role.
Exactly. I'm going to say something here real quick along the lines of our introduction video. It is our first official machinima. And I am going to call it that. It is our machinima because it is a video created with game footage.
First of many.
I received exactly first of many. We will be doing a lot of these. And one of the machinimas that we will be doing is literally I almost want to call this a clan mythology machinima. The mythology of where the clan came from, how the clan came about. But it's not really a myth. But we're going to put it into Halo 4, Halo 3, and Halo 1 terms, so that everybody knows the setting, everybody knows the backdrop, all this kind of stuff. We're going to be doing a machinima about the origin of the clan, building up to now, and moving from now forward. We got a question on the site. I kind of opened the site chat box up and said, if anybody has any questions, we'll answer it on the TROOPcast. Well, one of our recruits, Master Ninja, asked a very poignant question. He goes, will the story that the machinima follow along with the past Halo stories, or is this something brand new? Well, the answer to your question is this is going to be a brand new story that will fall in the lines of the Halo universe. And I'm talking, we will be writing it and directing it and playing it and going through it and making it as canon as possible to the Halo story, the Halo games, and the Halo books. Primarily because we are a Halo clan, because a lot of us are diehard Halo fans, and I mean really diehard Halo fans.
Nerds, more like it, but still. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing since I was 8, and 10 years later.
Exactly. 10 years down the road, it's still as good a game as ever. We're here to propagate the game. And we will be pushing forward our Machinima as we continue to make it. It may take a while, because we are still figuring out what we're doing, how we're doing it, all of this kind of stuff. But and if anybody out there wants to join us and help us out with these Machinimas, we would gladly welcome your assistance. So join up, even if you're just into Machinima and not into the whole clan thing.
Trek's just saying he doesn't want to do a whole 7 hours worth of fun again.
That's not it. It has to do with the fact that, I don't want to be the one writing the scripts, and I don't want to be the one doing all the editing, and I don't want to be the one getting all the screens and video sections and all. I want some collaboration. But at the same time, we'll need some voice actors, we'll need some other stuff. But this is something to consider way down the road. Right now, we're just going live. It has officially crossed the 1 hour mark into going live.
Yay.
This is where we're at. We are live. The site is up. The duty rosters will be up here shortly. The assignment lists are already up on the site. You can pick on it. But seeing as how this TROOPcast won't be uploaded until either later on today or tomorrow, everybody's already going to know about all this. All right, back to the list of topics, because we got way out here.
Yeah, we did this last TROOPcast too.
Yeah, exactly. We did kind of talk about recruiting. Right now, we are open recruiting. We don't have a tryout system. We don't want a tryout system. I'm not going to have you try to kick my butt on a one-on-one. And no, that's childish. That's something that 8-year-olds do. And anybody who is over the age of 20 running a clan, and they have you beat them at a game, then they need to go back to being 8 years old. That's not how you run a clan.
Go back to Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. Go back to Call of Duty, because that's where you belong.
Go back to Viva Pinata.
Animal Crossing.
Exactly.
Don't diss Animal Crossing. Don't bring that into this.
I just did, but oh well.
Okay. We already touched on the CT graduation. It's going to happen every 2 weeks as people qualify. Orientation of new recruits. I'm going to do a quick orientation. Obviously, anybody who signs up on the website, it's because you want to be a part of us or you're interested in knowing more. Well, before you sign up on the website, I don't want you to just go there and click sign up and register and list. I don't want that. I want you to browse the pages you have access to. Some are locked because they're meant specifically for official active members. But browse the pages you have access to. There will be a lot of information there to tell you who we are, what we're all about, where we're going, what we're planning. It's all there for your viewing. You just have to actually take the time.
It's worth it.
And it will actually cut down on the number of questions that you have as soon as you join, if you actually read that information. There's actually been a lot of people who click on the site, click register, submit their application, and then they message me on Xbox Live and go, okay, I want to join, what do I do? And I'm sitting there going, facepalm, they didn't look at the site. Seriously. Is it really rocket science to read the pages on the site before you try to join a clan?
It's like like elementary school, man. Like, you gotta read the textbook if you're gonna pass and get into a class. You gotta you gotta know what the class is about. You gotta.
And it also shows us that you have initiative in the clan, that you're reading more about us. Because I gotta tell you, I've only done a few orientations so far, and I'm the head of personnel in JAG. And I've gotten to a point where I'm getting tired of repeating myself over the same questions over and over again. It would help us out a lot is if you read the site. It's well worth the time. I mean,
and all the information you need to sign up and do your first set of duties is on the site. Now, as soon as you join the site, you'll automatically, as soon as your application is approved, you automatically go into cams, you automatically become a recruit level on the site. If you wish to rank up immediately, there is a choice. There is a way to do that. Read the site. Follow the instructions at the bottom of your enlistment form. As soon as it is active, go back to it, read it, look at it. On the bottom of the enlistment form, it gives you 2 instructions. Make 2 posts in very specific, very particular categories. I even believe I put the links in there to them, so all you have to do is pick on it, and you automatically go there. And number 2, get a hold of Tango, which that will be changing to UNSC Christoph, because Christoph is now the commanding officer of CAMS. Getting a hold of your commanding officer and reporting for duty. It's really that simple. Make 2 posts and report to your CO for duty. It's not hard. It's really not rocket science at all. It's just doing what you're told to do on the website. So if anybody has any problems with that, if you don't want to look at the website, again, this is a problem we had in former clans. Oh, I don't want to use the website. Oh, I don't have internet. Fail. And Internet Explorer for the Xbox 360 works perfectly well on our site 90% of the time. Once in a while you get into an issue where it won't scroll or, something won't show up properly, but
that's why you refresh it.
That's why you refresh the page, and it's really not that big of a deal. If you don't have internet, then, how do you have Xbox? You have to have a computer somewhere in your house, or, hell, you can even go to the library. Log into the site from the library. We are fully accessible from any library across the globe, unless the engine network either goes down or is blocked by the internet blockers that run your country. Read this site. It's well worth it. It's got a great information. And it's part of the requirements. Even CAMS officers, CAMS members have to report in on the site once a month. That's not a lot. That really isn't a lot. If you want to be a part of the clan, you have to participate at least somewhat.
1 out of the 30 days.
Yeah, 1 out of 30, sometimes even 31. Is that really that hard to? I mean, seriously, guys, is that hard to ask? Is that too much to ask for people? No,
and the biggest thing is we are. I mean, yeah, we're kind of strict on a few things, but that's just common sense stuff. I mean, when it comes to this kind of stuff, is like we're actually extremely laid back. I used to be a part of another clan. They were, it was for Call of Duty 4, and those guys were way more strict than what this is. I mean, I'm sorry, but, I completely back up what Trek was saying. You're not going to read the website. You're going to have absolutely nothing to do with the website. Then you must not want to have anything to do with us.
Because that's where our communication is. I mean, literally, every ounce of news goes on the site first, then it gets talked about in private parties. I'm not going to send out a 50-message mass message over Xbox Live to all members of the... No. I'm sorry. Any leader who does that is an idiot when you post it on a website and have everybody look at it.
Just to make sure that you all saw it.
Exactly. Now, sometimes when there is critical news, I will send out a message saying, hey, check out the website, there's critical news. But, most of the time, I just expect you to sign in. So that's that. Ranking up in the UNSC is actually fairly simple. Sign into the site, get on with your CO, figure out what your assignments are, accept your assignments, do your assignments, complete your assignments, turn them into your CO. Do your job. This is a game, but this is a clan. This is a clan that is pushing to be something. Everybody has their job to do.
You're joining this team for a reason, and we want to see you work for it.
Exactly.
Because we want to see if you could work just as hard as we can, if not harder.
Yeah, that's really the big thing. There's been a lot of effort put into us. There's 80 members here. I'd say at least 45 to 50 of our members are going to be active and going to be going competitive and want to be a part of something bigger than just themselves. Those are the guys who I thank with all my heart because they make it worth it. The people who just sign in once a month, the people who just go on camps, we're glad to have you here. But I really hope eventually everybody who is in cams decides that they want to do more than just go casual. Even if it's just taking on a responsibility such as assisting Prodigy with the website, or doing a couple of unique signatures, or, helping out with JAG, or helping out with personnel, trying to help recruit. Basic things like that, simple. Go
Another
ahead.
thing that I thought was like a big plus is even if you're in cams and you're not going competitive, those people who post and read the comments and read all the threads and give their input, their 2 cents on everything. Like, I think that is one of the biggest contributions to the clan. Like, that's really where the most input comes in, and that's where people give each other ideas and help each other. Communication, like, yeah, I mean, there's people who don't even play that much Halo, but they'll put in like 200 posts in like a month. Like, that is so helpful sometimes. And I'm not talking about like those people who are like, oh, good work, or oh, like, sweet idea. I'm talking about those people who really give their posts some thoughts and have something to say.
Exactly.
Those people who speak up are really the ones that are doing the most.
Well, and this is a message out to everyone who wants to join a clan and all this other stuff. Guys, we're just, even though we're just starting to go live, we're trying to sort everything else out. We're going to be starting to have like inter-clan tournaments. We're going to be having that all the time. That's going to not involve just Archangels or Risk Takers. This is everyone. Even Trek is invited.
It includes cams. It includes leadership. It includes Onyx. It includes
everybody.
Office of Naval Intelligence. Yes, that is one division I didn't step on. The O&I branch of the UNSC. We do have that. It is active. Anybody who is good at espionage, intelligence, finding things online, any of that kind of stuff, we need you. Get in here. I will put you to work gathering information and intelligence for us. Trust me, I will have work for you to do. But yeah, Sicsyde's right. All the inter-clan tournaments and all this kind of stuff that we're going to be getting on and going on forward. Here is a big plan that I am hoping for. If we reach 100 members by January.
We will.
If we do.
Oh, we will.
Which we more than likely will. But if we do, this is my plan. I want us to get with Griffball Hub and host a Griffball game night with them, us, whoever else in the community system wants to do this.
That'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
That's a big thing.
I want us to have a community night. I even want to put that on the Waypoint forums. I want to put that. I want 343 to look at it and go, hey, these guys have 100 members and they're pushing for something.
Well, if anything,
that would be cool. That would get us recognized by 343 at least. I mean, I would think so.
And our biggest thing is that, on my end, I just want, I look at 343 and I want them to take a look at us and just take a look at us going, wow, they really like our game. And they really just know that we're trying to make the most out of it, that we have a lot of love and support for 343.
Absolutely.
We read all the hate that's on the Facebook and 343 forums and stuff. We're not paying attention to any of that.
People are wrong.
We don't appreciate it.
Yeah, we don't appreciate the hate mail.
And this is going to touch on the subject that I've been wanting to talk about with you, Trek, on here, is that, guys, everybody in the clan, I know that you guys have read my posts. You've read a post of a certain other clan member that was already kicked out of here. If you're going to be negative about something, look, Halo 4 is not meant for everybody. Not everybody's going to like it. But, it's not fair when you're in a Halo clan and you're ripping on a game that the majority of this clan absolutely loves. We are getting frustrated is because we love the game so much we want it to work properly. It's a work in progress. We understand that.
Well, and on that topic, I'm just going to jump in here real quick. On that topic, anybody who watched the panels, any of the the pre-release panels for the game, anybody who watched those automatically knew that the multiplayer setup was going to be a work in progress because 343 was focusing 110,000% of their effort on getting the campaign perfect, which they did, by the way.
Yes,
they did.
The number one problem that I kept hearing from a lot of other dedicated Halo players when it came to Halo 2 is that a lot of people hated the campaign. It wasn't as good as 1. Same with 3. I love 3, but I still love 1 a little bit better. But, they want the game to constantly improve. They're like, these were these words exactly from what I've heard from a lot of dedicated veteran Halo players. It's like it's not as if they paid close enough attention to the
They're all a
campaign
bunch of
like they did
crappy
before.
critics.
Oh, I know, but
Well, and the funny thing is, a lot of the people that are criticizing the gameplay, I've actually checked out some of their profiles on Halo Waypoint. You know how much of the campaign they've played?
None. Probably.
Exactly. They haven't even played the campaign. They have gone straight to multiplayer and start complaining up one side and down the other. Oh, this isn't right. Oh, that's not right. Oh, the other isn't right. And I'm sitting there going, why did you buy the game? If you want campaign, go back to that failed game from Bungie called Reach. I mean, if you want to play multiplayer, go back to that game. That game has a workable multiplayer. Or go play Call of Duty, because those games have workable multiplayers. The reason you get Halo, the reason you play Halo is not for the multiplayer. You get it for the campaign, because it's the only first-person shooter with a storyline that actually grips your heart and can rip it out of your body and make you cry. Well, honestly, it is the only campaign that can do that. Call of Duty doesn't ever make anyone have that kind of emotional attachment to the system.
There's no storyline in Call of Duty. This is where we get really passionate about it. Halo's got a very deep storyline, and it's massive. And I fell in love with that. But, when I was getting back to what I was saying before, if you're going to criticize anything, whether if it's your opinions or if it's actually facts or quote unquote realistic, keep them to yourself. Do not be putting it on the forums. Do not be saying it to inside of the Xbox Live party unless that certain other person can actually tolerate it. But one thing that I am going to say, that we have reworked the code of conduct, and this is something I am not even budging around with. I am putting in a zero tolerance for that kind of thing. It is a morale killer. I will not have anybody dog on the game that we're focusing our clan around. And I don't want the morale of my clanmates to be down through the floor because one person didn't like the game. You don't like it, get rid of it, get out of the clan. We don't want to deal with you anymore. Yeah, and we've already done that before. We've already exercised a zero tolerance for it.
Well, and we've actually had to do that to 2 or 3 people already.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And it's not that we're trying to be mean. And it's not that we don't like people's opinions. And it's not that, your opinion doesn't count. If you're going to have criticism, make it constructive criticism. Well, this is a little messed up, but this might be how they can fix it. And I hope this is how they fix it, because this is something I'd be looking forward to messing around with. And maybe it's something we can change in custom games, and then we could submit it to 343 and go, hey, were you guys aware of this situation? Coming from a clan as a whole, they're more inclined to listen. Just a little insight as far as what that means, a little more inclined to listen. The Troops of UNSC Twitter, which I am currently in charge of, on that Twitter, I messaged Jessica Shea, a.k.a. BS Angel from Halo Waypoint, because a couple of the clan members have sent her messages on Halo Waypoint, and we have not received...
Make sure you tell them who she is. Some people who don't know.
BS Angel is one of the lead promoters of Halo 4. She is also pretty much in charge of all the Waypoint forums and in charge of all the news that pops up on Halo Waypoint. Every time you look at Halo Waypoint, you will see by BS Angel. That's Jessica Shea. That is an amazing woman. She did a great job promoting Halo 4.
Yep.
She is still doing a fantastic job giving as much news as she can.
She has
out there.
She has a mountain of respect from the troops of UNSC.
Oh, absolutely.
Jessica, I don't even know if you're listening to this, but we got your back, and we completely respect you for what you do.
Absolutely, as we do everybody in Halo. Anyway, what were you saying, Knightfall?
Oh, I'll just say it's a really tough job too, as a community manager. Basically, like the same role that Robert Bowling was playing at Infinity Ward for the Call of Duty series, which he no longer does that. He's actually subsequently left Activision and Infinity Ward, and pretty much doing his own thing. I think he was thinking about starting up his own studio, and I commend him for that. But that's a really tough job because
It's a
community
taxing
managers,
job.
yeah, it's community managers basically put themselves out there as a volunteer to be a scapegoat for all criticism in a game,
Yeah.
and there is no way I could bear to do that job. I can
No.
fathom how vexing that job would have to be to take all that criticism and just have to hear so much, like, and
That's
this is
why-
going back
that's
to what I
why-
talked a minute ago on the negativity thing. That stuff flies around.
I couldn't
You know?
believe on how cruel these comments were. I was reading all over 343 forums.
And the
I mean-
fact that she does her best to try to read every single one of them when she can. Plus, I guarantee you her inbox is packed constantly with either negative or positive email. But back to what I was saying, I messaged her using the Troops of UNSC Twitter. And I said, I asked her if she'd had a chance to read any of our messages from the Troops of UNSC Halo clan. And I was not expecting a response because I know how busy she is, But we got a response. And the response was, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really swamped right now. Do you know what the messages were about? She responded to our request.
Yep.
That right
Multiple.
there is key because she, I messaged her one time and she went through her list and saw us and picked us out of the crowd because she can't possibly respond to every single tweet that she's been given. There's no way. She's probably getting hundreds of thousands of millions of tweets an hour. She picked us. She responded to our tweet, just checking in. And my response to her was, it's nothing critical. We just wanted to give you guys massive kudos and great thanks and a heartfelt, heartwarming, full gratefulness and loyalty from the entire Troops of UNSC clan, all 80 members of us. And I haven't heard anything back yet. But it just gave me great pride to be able to tell the community manager of Halo 4 that the Troops of UNSC, the entire Halo clan, which is 86 members now, it was 80 when I messaged her. That's how big we've grown really fast.
Well, and
it's a pride thing. We can say we support them as a clan, and if we have negative people in the clan putting the game down, you basically defeated that message.
And you make us look like crap for that, and that's
Exactly.
a major insult to us.
And you make the clan out to be a lying clan. And, what does that show her? If she ends up somehow miraculously looking at our site and going, wow, this guy's really negative on the site. These guys say they support us? I don't think so. That right there, I don't want anybody to bring our clan under that kind of reputation where the community manager looks at our site and goes, wow, these guys hate our game, even though they say they love it. I don't want that kind of conflict in the UNSC.
Yep.
If you've got issues with the game, if you think you understand how to fix it, I don't mind you sending recommendations. 2343. Hey,
But don't be rude.
Do not be rude. Do not be an asshole. Do not be belligerent about it. Don't send 5 or 10 messages or 200 messages because it hasn't been fixed in the first 24 hours. Multiplayer is a work in progress. We all know it. We all knew it from the very first panel, the very first pre-release panel. They said they were focusing on the campaign and multiplayer was next on their list. Well, the campaign was finished literally the day the disc went gold and started being pressed. That gave them, let me just throw this out there, they gave them about 3 weeks to work on multiplayer.
And you know what?
For 3 weeks working on multiplayer, this multiplayer is awesome.
I was just going to say, considering, as I think about this, though, guys, this is a work in progress. How much fun have we been having since the game has came out on the maps that we have? Though we are getting tired of those maps, but we know DLC is coming. And we are excited about it, and
Absolutely.
we can't wait for it. And I can't wait to get back on my Xbox like right now so I can level up.
Well, we are getting really close to being out of time. So, anything else anybody has to say? I've got the floor is open. Speak your mind. Tell
Tango
everybody
likes
what you're thinking.
cookies.
No, it's all about. I have to say bacon because the guy who would say bacon is not in our
No.
TROOPcast.
As Cloud would say, like, I like bacon.
Bacon. Anyway, yeah.
Hey, that was close.
We love you, Cloud. You bacon boy bastard.
If I were to try to attempt that, I would lose my voice again. That would be twice in.
Okay. All right. Enough with the bacon. All right. Floor's open. Tango, I think you were trying to say something.
Was I? I don't think I was.
I just said Tango likes cookies. That's all.
Oh, that's what you said. Okay.
I do like cookies.
Especially
I've
with
been
milk.
staring at a wall for a while. I don't know what's going on.
Are you watching the paint chip away?
He's watching the paint flake. All right. Last round. Floor open.
One thing real quick on the multiplayer front about the work in progress. Those who are enjoying multiplayer, such as myself, stay tuned for the matchmaking update. I think they go live. They change these on Mondays.
Yeah.
Is it?
Monday morning at 3 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah.
The next playlist we're getting is Team Regicide. And this is
yeah.
That's
very fun, chaotic, interesting playlist. I can't wait to see this go live.
This time,
I mean-
Knightfall can actually say, I got your back, and I literally don't have to worry about being in his scope. Yay, he'll survive!
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a really interesting and very dynamic.
Isn't
game
Regicide
type, because-
a really good free-for-all style, though?
Isn't it? Wait, isn't it basically Team VIP? Sorry to interrupt, but it's like
Yeah,
Team VIP.
that's exactly what they're bringing back, but they're doing it in a Regicide fashion, so it changes
That's
it.
awesome.
So it's not
yes.
like a permanent team. In Team VIP, there was one VIP per team. If that VIP died, you had to wait till that VIP respawned before there was another VIP again. This is completely different.
Yeah, here's the breakdown that I read.
343 stepping out on their own and making something theirs, which is something one of our ex-clan members said that they didn't do and that they need to do. Exactly.
Okay, so check this out. Here's the breakdown on Team Regicide to give people a heads up on what to expect. According to 343, the settings that they put in their bulletin. So it's like Grim was saying, it's like Team VIP but with a twist. Unlike the short-lived, unfortunately, VIP twist in the Halo 3 days, you don't have a set king in Regicide.
You have to earn it.
This is determined by who has the highest score on your team. Now, there's really no way to know who's gonna take, highest or take the crown on the team, because you're gonna have enough to worry about on the battlefield in a 4v4 or whatever form they're doing as it is, working as a team like you would in Team Slayer. What you do in Team Slayer is still going to hold true on this, but it's going to add a call out to necessitate, like such and such just became king, and you're going to have someone to guard him or whatever. That crown is going to be fluctuating between teammates pretty frequently, and it's going to be very, very intense. Bounty settings, it's going to max out at a set 25, I think, instead of the max 35 like they have in the free-for-all variant. And pretty much the same match that we have for Infinity Slayer and Slayer Pro for the Team Regicide. But that's the breakdown of the settings they're going to have for Team Regicide.
Well,
that sounds like one amazing hell of a lot of fun.
For this game type, like, is it just the person in the game with the highest score, or is it on each team the person with the highest score on each team? Like, let's say top of red and top of blue. Is there like two kings at a time, or is it one king?
I think that's something.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that could be a completely different game. Those are two different games right there. That's crazy.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to wait and see because
So we don't know what to expect.
We have absolutely no idea what to expect. But if they do twin kings, that would change the game. That would totally change the game.
That's so awesome.
And I have to say this: if that game type ends up being extremely popular and they do Twin Kings, we will be using that for mass training purposes in the clan. And I'm not even kidding. We will be using that game type to literally go between risk takers and archangels when they skirmish. That will be the game type we play, because that will change the nature of the training system.
Gotta break them and make them.
Exactly. Woohoo! All right. I believe that was our one final effort. Yes, used a Halo phrase.
Finish the fight. Ha 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 ha.
Here's something else I want to keep everybody in mind. Anybody who is in the clan, anybody who is planning on joining the clan, this is the one biggest thing to keep in mind. Constant and active communication between you and your commanding officers. It is vital to you. It is vital to your capability of knowing where you are, when you are needed, and how you're needed. So please keep in touch on Xbox, on the website, on our Twitter, on our Facebook, anywhere and everywhere you have access. Maintain communication with your with your command staff, because we're here to help you progress. We're here to help you play the game, have fun, and that's what we're all about. Teamwork, brotherhood, family. For all of you who have paid attention and listened to us, thanks for watching. We're glad to have you aboard. Let's go play the fun out of Halo 4. From all of us at the troops of UNSC, we wish you wonderful gaming. Join the UNSC today. Find your place, find your home, find your team. Fulfill your destiny. Become a Spartan.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, thank you. Happy
To
holidays to all.
everyone.
Have a good night.
Yeah, this is my first time ever doing this kind of thing, so I have no idea what I'm really talking about. So that's something you can put on the blooper reel. And
That's
it's
why rocket launchers were invented. Sorry to interrupt.
no, I have fun on Halo Reach, or not Reach. Oh my God, someone shoot me! Please, okay, you know what? Yeah, thank you. Dome shot.
That's going in the bloopers reel.
Yep.
God, somebody shoot me!
All right.
Just wondering if you could give us like a small little excerpt from the beginning or something. I think that'd be pretty cool. Give people incentive to go on, check it out.
Actually, yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Yeah, give us some thoughts and some ideas about where you came from on that.
What?
Huh?
So, yeah.
Sorry.
Like I said,
Have you not been paying attention?
Yeah, I've been paying attention.
We're talking about your story on the website, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hold on, give me a minute.
Blooper.
Blooper reel. Beep, beep.
All right.
like, hang on, guys. I'm writing my story. What was you talking about?
Actually, that's what I was doing.
Nice.
See, Knightfall called it.
All right, give us a quick lowdown on where your story came from and all that kind of stuff. What about your thoughts on your story and what inspired you? Fuck. Gooch, thanks for joining us, man. I hope you had a little bit of fun here.
Oh yeah, it was fun, man.
I don't need to hear me
You're
flush
come
the
back.
toilet.
Just let us know. We'll stick you on the next one on the list if we can do that.
I sucked at it, so anybody else could have stopped me at any time going, just Josh, shut up.
Well, you'll see the finished result when I finally publish it, and Josh, you'll be like, "Wow, I didn't realize I did that good."
Right? I'd be like, wow, I ramble a lot. Why didn't somebody just
No, you don't
mute me?
understand, dude. When I so
I just want to hear the bloopers again. That was awesome. Hillary, oh, somebody kill me, please.
I'm gonna make an announcement right quick.